Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on King John, and today we get to hear once again from Philip the Bastard, who has been knighted Sir Robert and named a Plantagenet because he bears a resemblance to King Richard I, who was the brother of King John, who died, that allowed King John to become king. Though King John's claim to the throne is somewhat tenuous because his other brother Geoffrey had a son named Arthur, and all of France is wanting to go to war so that Arthur can be king as opposed to King John being king. So Philip the Bastard and his brother Robert Falconbridge had come before King John to settle like the inheritance debate. And in the course of that, King John said, yes, Philip, you are legit, even though you were fathered by somebody else, potentially fathered by somebody else. Your mom was married when she had you, so you are legitimate. But then Queen Eleanor was like, hey, Philip, who looks rather like Richard, I like the cut of your jib. You want to come be a soldier with me? And he's like, sure. So he gives up his lands and his titles and all that sort of thing. And then they knight him Sir Richard and name him Plantagenet. As he's about to go off to war, they all leave, and he had a moment on the stage by himself yesterday where he makes fun of this new world that he's going to be entering. And then his mom shows up because she doesn't like the fact that her two boys have come to pester the king with this sort of thing, and she doesn't like it that her younger boy is trying to illegitimize her older boy. So she shows up and she's like, where is he? And Philip's like, they're all gone. And hey, Mom, now that I have you for a second, like, let's be honest, I look nothing like my brother, so who's my real dad? And she's like, what are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, I renounced my lands, my titles, my claim to everything Falconbridge, gave that away, and I'm about to go off to war in France. So can you just tell me who my dad actually was? And she's like, well, it was King Richard. King Richard was actually your dad. And Philip the Bastard says, now by this light, were I to get again, madam, I would not wish a better father. Some sins do bear their privilege on earth, and so doth yours. Your fault was not your folly. Needs must you lay your heart at his dispose, subjected to tribute and commanding love, against whose fury and unmatched force the aweless lion could not wage the fight, nor keep his princely heart from Richard's hand. He that perforce robs lions of their hearts may easily win a woman's. Ay, my mother, with all my heart I thank thee for my father. Who lives and dares but say, thou didst not well when I was got? I'll send his soul to hell. Come, lady, I will show thee to my kin. And they shall say, when Richard me begot, if thou hadst said him nay, it had been sin. Who says it was? He lies. I say 'twas not. So he's kind of geeked now to find out that he was King Richard's son. And granted, he's still illegitimate because he wasn't, like, King Richard didn't claim him. He was King Richard's bastard. Basically, he's Gendry, sort of is how it works. So yeah, and he's really excited about that as he's about to go off to war. And that is how Act 1, Scene 1 ends. So I will see you tomorrow as we dig further into the play, now that we know who his dad is and who's got legit claims to what, and all of this sort of fun. We'll get to figure more of that stuff out as we get further into King John. I'll see you tomorrow. Mwah.